Hello, everyone. This is Gail, aka Sunshine. Welcome to When Cancer Hits Home, a series presented by Epic Experience and Pickles Group, where we explore what healing looks like for the whole family. Today, we have Michael and Amanda Ferro. I'm very excited to have you both with us. They are both alumni from two different episodes. Michael was on a cancer and dating episode. Hint, hint, he married the girl he was dating. And Amanda was on an episode where we dealt with mental health. And I'm so excited that you're both with us today.
Yes,
Very
thank you.
excited.
We're excited to do this with you.
So, first, I'm going to have you both tell us a little bit about yourself. Just keep it really brief, but please include one fun fact.
All right.
Michael, I'm going to actually, Amanda, since you go ahead and go.
Is that okay?
Yeah, go for it.
I'm Amanda, or AKA Twiddles. I was diagnosed when I was 21 with stage 3 Hodgkin's lymphoma. I just had a mass on my neck, and it just kind of led to different biopsies and whatnot, and it ended up being cancer, which I don't know if any of us ever expected. And then I met Epic. That was in 2012, and then I met Epic in 2018.
And a fun fact?
That's my fun fact. I always like asking about somebody's fun fact, but I think I hate answering it. I think my fun fact is probably my high school football, or my high school
High school football.
That was a little fact. You didn't know that, Michael.
No, yeah, I did not.
My high school, oh, bleeding pregnancy brain. My high school softball coach actually broke my nose. And then later on ended up dating my mom. So it was always a fun topic to talk about. And she's probably gonna yell at me for making this my fun fact, but
love you, Mom.
love you, Mom. Yeah.
Michael, how about you?
Let's see. So diagnosed with testicular cancer in 2007, and a brain tumor in the same year. Had a bump on my testicle, went into the doctor, and had scans, and I don't know, 2 days later, had my testicle taken out. So had an RPLND done, again, also in 2007, and then in 2008 had the brain tumor removed as well. So it's
Wow.
cancer and health. Again, 2007 was just a bad year because it was
Bad year.
it was testicular cancer, well, brain tumor, testicular cancer, and at the very end of 2007, when I was getting ready to go back to work, like healed from everything, I broke my ankle in 3
Oh my gosh.
slipping on the ice. So people always were like, "Hey, I think you should just be a bubble boy and not go outside." But here we are.
Here we are.
And
And your fun fact.
My name was called out at Fenway Park when I was 12 years old because I was lost.
Oh.
My mom and all the other moms had gone shopping before the game. My dad didn't go on this trip, but my dad, or one of my buddies, his dad was the Spanish teacher at my soon-to-be high school, and he would take all the seniors on this big trip of, like, going on whatever. So we went on this trip, and again, there were no iPhones back then, and I had my regular ticket. Went to the bathroom by myself, came back, and everybody was gone. And
Oh my.
so I was walking Fenway by myself, and then as I'm on the first base concourse walking towards home plate, I hear "Well, Michael Ferro, please," and simultaneously, as they said that, I see all the moms and my mom walking in with Colin, and I'm like, "I'm over here! I'm over here!" But again, just to say that my name was called out at Fenway Park.
Fenway. Yeah, if you just stop the story there, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Okay, so again, we're talking about what cancer hits home. In your case, you started this a long time ago. I think it was 2019 when you started dating, right?
Mm-hmm.
But you had a life before that where you were both cancer survivors and dating. So that's where I want to start.
Yeah.
What was dating life like before you met, and how did cancer shape that? And Michael, I think I'll start with you this time.
Cool. Yeah, I mean, I think I've always looked at it from when I first got diagnosed of, I think I said this in the dating podcast. I wanted to start life. I felt like I had a time clock on that. I was like, I got to go. I don't know what life is going to look like. Am I going to be able to have kids? Am I going to get married? What does that look like? And then, and man and I were talking about it. And, I think when I got sick, it was like, all right, I got sick right kind of after college, right? then I had to kind of figure out, all right, what does my career look like? What is like a professional look like at that point? And then, or what does dating look like? And dating has its own pros and cons as well. And I think there are things that I've learned from the people I've dated and been with that, I think the appreciation for life is something that I value so much more after getting diagnosed with cancer.
Mm.
The value of looking at life a little differently and how fragile it can be. I think is something that, when I look at it, it's just, it's a characteristic that is part of me now that, again, I look at things just very, very differently and very unique. So again, I think when I look back on, again, the people that I've been with, before, it was, there was one girl I remember from college that we were really close, and I still, I keep in touch with her occasionally now. And um, it was different times in my life. It was, I think, in the grand scheme of things, like things could have worked out, but I think at the same time, it's like I wasn't ready. I was not ready to be in a committed relationship. I didn't know what that looked like. And so I think, a lot of it is you look at, there's two people in the relationship, and again, I'm going through my own stuff, and the other person is like, oh, why can't this just work? Right. And it's not as simple as that. So I think that was the kind of one of the biggest things for me, kind of when I first got diagnosed, trying to figure out what dating looked like. Again, I didn't know, and again,
Yeah.
my dad, I share the story of, when I got diagnosed, they're like, well, do you want to have kids? And I'm like, I don't know. I'm 22 years old. Like I'm
Yeah.
23. I'm like, I'm not even dating anyone right now. How can I even think about that? So again, I think there's just a lot of different ways that, I think it kind of brought me to a point of like just appreciation for knowing kind of what I'm looking for.
Yeah, definitely. Amanda, how about you?
Our dog's coming to say hi to us.
Awesome.
I thought I
Part,
got all the toys, but I missed one.
You go, go grab it. Is that okay?
part of the family. It's when cancer hits home and the entire family has to deal with it, including the pup.
So I think for me, I can definitely relate with Michael, just kind of like having your values change within life. I had like a boyfriend that I dated through high school and college, and we actually like had like a sort of breakup. We broke up, and then I actually was diagnosed with cancer. We
Oh,
didn't talk at all. No, I don't think it was any hard feelings, but we ended up actually kind of rekindling towards the end of my treatment.
hmm.
I think we dated maybe like a year after that, and he was a great person, but he was just no longer my person, in the sense that, again, my values significantly changed as a young adult, um, after cancer, where I was ready to run, like take life and just live out loud. Um, and unfortunately, he was just ready to live life on his heels, and I can definitely relate with Michael, the question of like, do you want to have kids? And um, um, fertility preservation was a huge conversation as a part of my journey. And I can definitely relate where Michael's saying, like, I don't know. Like, I knew I wanted to have kids, but I didn't know if I wanted to preserve eggs. And again, it's just a part of where when cancer hits kind of that young adult period of life, where it's such a pivotal transitional kind of stage of life as it is. And then you throw
Yeah.
cancer into it, and that just kind of like disrupts dating and professionalism. And I mean, having to explain that you're a cancer survivor to either like your boss or on a dating profile, which I did do. Not my game. I wanted to break the ice so people didn't ask me ahead of time why I was
Yeah.
short hair or but yeah, I mean, I was kind of playing the field for what it's worth after I got out of my cancer diagnosis and like the treatments and stuff. And I think I'm gonna echo what Michael saying. It's funny because Michael, or I'll say, I wish I would have met Michael earlier, like I think
Yeah.
relationship is very unique and very special. And however, I don't know if I would have been in a place to receive the love that Michael has, and I don't know if I would have been the best version of myself.
Yeah.
No, sometimes it's weird that we had to wait so long to meet each other.
Yeah.
It's also weird that we're both cancer survivors, and people always Like they
Oh,
went
it's true.
in our there whatever the cancer movie is, and they're like, oh, did you guys meet it like in treatment? And I'm like, no, it's not like
Oh,
that.
it's not. Well, since you kind of brought this up, where did you guys meet and when was that?
Let's see if Michael knows the date.
April 19th.
Nice.
April 19th.
Yeah.
April 19th. Yeah, I mean and I love telling this story. So I was supposed to be going to a conference in New Orleans for work. My flight gets canceled. I've always gone to CancerCon, and I was like, oh, bummer, I'm not going to be able to go to CancerCon this year. So that was that, right? And then flight gets canceled. I'm talking to my mom. My mom's like, well, I'm going down. Do you want to go down with me? I'm like, yeah, I'll go with you. And, so my mom and I are sitting in the lobby and we start saying hello to people. People start coming up and saying hi. And this girl looks over to me and says, you must be Michael. And I'm like, hi, yeah, Michael. And from there, I got this weird feeling in my stomach, a weird pit in my stomach. I don't know how to explain it. After my mom even says to me, like, Michael, what was that? And I was like, I have no idea what just happened.
So I think it's important to mention, I work for a wonderful organization based out of Baltimore that works with young adults with cancer. And I had been going to CancerCon as like a professional, not of course, as a survivor as well, but I had met the entire Ferro family, including Jessix and the dogs, and I had met everyone except
Interesting.
I had met the entire Ferro family when I went to camp in 2018. And then I met Michael an entire year later. So I was just approaching Nancy, like, Nancy, it's so good to see you. Or Mama Lou. I don't think she was Nancy to me just yet. I think she was still Mama Lou. She didn't become Nancy until after. And then part of the story that Michael's not telling is
I was dating someone.
I
was dating someone.
He was.
And so again, Amanda and I met, and from there, again, I had a feeling, and again, a feeling that I don't think I'd ever felt before. And I think from there it was like, all right, well, like, I am seeing someone, dating someone, like, we live together. I can't just, hey, like, you want to be like, it's not that
right.
We didn't talk the entire month of May.
Yep.
And like half of June.
Yep.
Because we both said, like, he had to go figure out that relationship and if that was the person. And I remember telling like my friends back at home, it is the most mature decision I've ever had to make, to like back off of a guy and not pursue it. But it was the right thing to do. And it's not the part of the story that I was the lint.
Okay.
Michael, so he was so nervous, he like walked away, and I was like, where are you, like, what are you up to? And he's like, oh, I just had to throw something away. And then like later on, he like admits, like, so I didn't have anything to throw away, I was just like really nervous, and I threw away lint.
No. I love it. So what were the early stages of dating like? So when you finally did start dating, two questions actually. What was it like, and how was it different from what you had done before, because you were each a survivor and understood kind of that whole experience? Michael?
Yeah, I think, what was it like?
April, May, June, July, August, September.
What are you doing?
April to September.
Is when you started dating?
No, we didn't start dating until June.
Yeah.
Until almost a whole,
yeah, so
like
we
over
met,
a year, or that June right after? Okay.
Yeah, so we met that April 2019. I had to get my affairs in order. And then from there, I flew out to Baltimore towards the end of June.
And then me, 4th of July.
Yep. And then, so essentially it was 1 week in Baltimore. And then Amanda came out, but I mean, we were on a fast track.
Yeah.
We went from meeting in April, not talking from April to June, spent a week together in Baltimore and the end of June, because we were like, let's see if this is real. Like,
We didn't tell
Hmm.
anyone. We didn't tell
Yeah.
his family.
Yep.
Your family figured it out, but
yeah, they figured it out. But I mean, I think, we were looking at it in the sense like, hey, I want, is this real? Right. Like we felt that connection, but then again, like obviously I had to do my stuff and then let's just see, from there. And I think that week it was one of the coolest feelings I think I've ever had where
Mm.
I'm like, yeah, like she's hot, she's beautiful, and like, yeah, she's my best friend. Like, I mean, and
Yeah.
it happens so fast. Again, that was June. She came out 4th of July. And then we moved in together in September.
September 1.
And and I will never forget, like everyone on here knows Fuzzy. My dad pulled me aside and had a little chat with me.
And my mom did the same thing. She was like, "You're not doing this. This is crazy.
Yeah.
You're not moving across the country. You've only known each other for this many months." And yeah.
Yeah, even my dad said same thing. He's like,
Wow.
"No, Amanda, we love Amanda, but you just met her." I'm like, "I know."
Right.
And I'm like, "Dad," and I looked him dead in the face. I'm like, "Dad, I believe this. I know this."
Yeah.
And yeah.
What part do you think the fact that both of you are cancer survivors played, if any, like in your confidence? I mean, or in the fact that it moved so quickly? Did it play a role, and if so, how?
Yeah. And it kind of ties in with your other question of like, how is it different, like dating a
Yeah.
cancer survivor as well? And I talked about it earlier, like our values, like like it was so apparent that like our values aligned. Like we loved
Hmm.
celebrating, we loved a sense of community, we valued like a lot of the same things, and we got excited about the same things.
Yeah.
Also, I think a huge part of it was, and we learned this kind of like the first year, I think, you don't have to describe like the depths and the valleys that your mind goes to when you have like a, a, a scare or a potential reoccurrence or any sort of like health related or mental health, like anything. Because, and I always say, like, unfortunately and fortunately, like Michael knows the depths all too
Yeah.
well because he's been
Yep.
there before. And I don't wish that on anybody, but man, I feel so fortunate to be able to share that mindset and to know like how hard we've both struggled and now how exciting like some of the celebrations that we get to have together are.
Yeah. Definitely. You were both, Michael, I think you were 23. Amanda, you said you were 21. So you were both about the same age, young. I mean, it's even different being young adults diagnosed with cancer and all the stuff that goes through that with that. Well, and the cool thing is, fast forward, you guys got married, what, 2 years ago now?
Yeah.
A little over 2 years. And now baby Pharaoh is on the way
He's doing here.
in October.
I just, oh,
You're right. October.
How has your whole cancer experience shaped your vision of being a parent? I mean, here you are, you guys are on the brink of this huge, new, wonderful experience. So how has it shaped your vision of the kind of parent you want to be? And how are you feeling about taking on this new role? I mean, it's happening.
it is happening. Terrified. I am so scared. I'm very terrified. I think for those who've known me for a while, everyone's like, Michael, you're going to be an incredible dad. I think for me, it's like, I mean, we were joking. I saw my mom yesterday, right? And we were just talking about like, what does delivery look like and everything like that. And my mom was like, she's like, Michael, she's like, the thought of you coming out of the hallway with the baby in your arms. She's like, I already know you're going to be bawling. And I'm like, yeah, I know. But yeah, I think the biggest thing is just, again, it's the appreciation of life.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, like we have created like this little dude in here and he's just chilling and it's crazy.
But a lot of thanks to science.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
And but I think, I don't really, again, I think I'm still trying to figure out and wrap my head around that, like, I'm going to be a dad and it's like only a month and a half away.
Yeah.
But it's this whole entire process has been from going through using science and IVF to,
Mm.
fast forward to now. It's just it's I don't know. It's scary, but I'm so excited to do this with her because I think looking at it, it's, again, our values I think are so in line with how we look at life. that I
Mhm.
think being able to put that in to our son is going to be something so special. I mean, again, we celebrate everything. We celebrate absolutely everything. Anything that deserves a celebration, whether it's a new job, whether it's a cancer, whatever it is, we're going to celebrate everything. And I think for our son, it's going to be the same thing, where like, we're going to enjoy life to the fullest and celebrate everything.
Yep.
I think for me, Michael, there's a quote that Michael like always says that like we can do hard. Um,
Yeah.
and unfortunately we had a scare a few weeks ago within the pregnancy and me, and everything ended up, we're safe, we're healthy, and um but there was a night in the hospital where Michael was like, we can do hard things, and it and I looked at him, I'm like, but I could do easy. I could do I think I could go
Just
through
a little easy right now.
a bit easy right now. And I think that's something that I would love to instill, is like a sense of security and a sense of vulnerability. Like, you grow so much when you're out of your comfort zone. And man, if
Yeah.
pregnancy has been anything but, and the same thing with cancer, like being so vulnerable and not knowing like the outcomes and the timelines of stuff. And I don't, I can't think of a cancer survivor that I know that couldn't relate to like just the vulnerability that that carries,
Yeah.
and the sense of security that you get when you kind of get to reach a finish line of a particular barrier or struggle. Or but yeah, I mean, again, to echo what Michael's saying, it's just, I want baby to know that like he can do hard things. And I want Michael also, we always say like we need to lean in when things get
Mhm.
hard. I want him to know like, hey, let's lean in. Like stuff's
Yeah.
gonna be really, really hard, and but let's just lean in and then let's celebrate it all. And
Yeah.
I don't know, you have like the type of parent that you want to be, and you have the type of parent that you grow up. But I think Michael, I mean, everyone knows the Ferro family and the Epic family, and they are such a tight group. And I knew that from the day
Yeah.
that I met all of them. And I come from a single-headed household, but it's always been my mom, brother, and I, and man, we are tight.
Yeah.
So I hope that I hope we get to carry out that within our little family, starting of,
Yeah.
we want that core, like we want that like team, and we want that like sense of unity within everybody.
Yeah. Gosh, you guys have such an amazing story that you both, I mean, you're both cancer survivors. You've both already learned resilience, doing hard and all that. And now together, you've produced this little human through science, but now you get to instill all that into him. I just think it's amazing. Um, is there anything else you would want to share with someone listening, whether it's specifically related to the parenting part, the marriage part, the relationship, dating, anything? And I'll let either one of you choose who wants to go first.
I think the biggest thing is, yeah, again, I learned this. I just caught myself. I'm very bad at saying again, and I don't know how many times I've
Because
said this.
again,
You just said it. So, anyways, I think the biggest thing for me is that when I look back, from 20, when I was 21, 22, when they found the brain tumor, I think I look at it of like, yes, life is hard, and I think it's important. We always want to, like, I got to a point where I wanted to rush life, right? And I had this vision of like, oh, I'm going to be married by I'm 25. I'm going to have kids by I'm 28. I'm 41 and
oh, I didn't think you were gonna say
I'm
it.
41 about to have my first child. Like that's terrifying to me.
Yeah. Yep.
And I wouldn't change it for the world.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I found my person. We're
Yep.
creating our person together. And I think that's where I'm most excited is that,
Hmm.
like, yes, I rushed life early on. But looking at it full circle, like again, I wouldn't change it. I learned a lot of valuable lessons. And I think at the end of the day, it's life is sacred in how you look at it. But at
Yeah.
the end of the day, don't rush things. Life will come at you and you're gonna get hit, you're gonna get knocked down. And again, it's how you get back up. But I think it's pretty valuable when you just let life happen the way it's supposed to happen.
Yeah. Definitely.
You really stole my
Oh, I stole your thunder.
See, but you guys are on the same page, same
I'm
value.
I mean, definitely to echo, I never imagined myself moving across the country for a guy. Like, I mean, gosh, I was such a prideful, like strong, independent female. Don't need no man. Like,
She's still that way.
but and I might have mentioned it earlier. It's like Michael said, the timing of things. I never imagined myself to move in with someone after 6 months of knowing them. Never imagined myself to move across the country. And I can definitely relate to what Michael's saying is like hi, you excited about this part. You like cancer, it kind of ignites a part of you that wants to jumpstart your life because you feel like you've been missing out on a lot of it throughout
Yeah.
the processes of cancer. And I I wish I would have met Michael earlier. However, I don't know that I would have been the best version of myself to meet him at that point. I don't know that I would have been ready to receive a love like Michael has to offer at that
A
point.
lot
Yeah.
of emotion.
He has a lot of love devotion. Um, but it's and again, I can relate. I never thought I was going to be 29. I think 29 when I met you. Like I thought I was going to have kids by the time I was 28. And
Yeah.
again, adolescence with cancer is so different. Like you want to start all these different roles within yourself, and cancer's kind of like, no, sit back down. Like
Yeah.
you're timing. So I think kind of my whole advice is like trust the timing. And I know that's so generic and cliche, and it's easy to say kind of once you're through the forest of waiting, but there's so much like I think validity and truth behind it where it's like keep working on yourself so when it is time for you to receive love that you're ready to receive it because you're the best version of yourself at that point.
Yeah. I just love that you guys basically came up with the same thing to say. I
I'm
mean,
a little more eloquent.
I love it.
10 times
Well,
better words with me. So yeah.
I just love, I mean, really, that is a powerful message that you had your ideas of how life might go. Obviously, cancer kicked that to the curb early on, but even what might happen after that. And yet, the timing and where you are right now is perfect. And now I love that.
Yep.
So, my most important question, of course, is marshmallows over a campfire, slow and steady or flame and crispy? Amanda.
Oh. Well, if I'm paying attention, I want it, what is it, slow and steady? Or
Slow and steady or flame and crispy?
if I'm paying attention, I would love for it to be slow and steady, but my lack of patience, I typically go with the crispy. Um,
Yep, I am.
I don't know. I think I would take either.
I'm
Yeah,
so
You're slow and
slow and
steady.
steady.
yeah.
Except when you're in relationships and you just want to speed everything
Oh, that's a good one.
That was good. Very good. Amanda, I'm with you. I want it to be slow and steady, but it ends up being flaming crispy.
No,
It's
I'm not
just,
patient enough.
it's what it happens. Well, Michael and Amanda Ferro, thank you so much. It has been such a delight to have you both back as alumni from previous podcasts. And I'm so excited to meet baby Ferro in less than, what, 2 months. That is amazing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was good
So
to
congratulations.
thank you.
To everyone who's listening, until the next time we gather around the campfire, keep living beyond cancer.